All right. I want to start off by saying Barakathea Hawa, Barakathea Hawashai, Barakathea Hawa, Barakathea Hawashai, Barakathea Hawa, Barakathea Hawashai, Call Halal Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Ba'ashem Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS who ruled well and who taught me this truth. And shalom to you, sincere Akim, out there listening, learning, and pushing this truth. And shalom to the few sincere Akwath out there listening and learning as well. With that being said, I'm going to jump straight into this video. I don't want to ratazah. It'll be edifying. As usual, I'm going to go in the Rakah Kwadash. All right? And shouldn't be too long. I just really wanted to spotlight this video off of Comedy Hype. I wish I could play it in its entirety, but I don't want to get a strike, a copyright, or none of that stuff. I really don't even want to play any of it. But I have to let you hear this. What's this guy's name? Pierre. I think the comedian's name is Pierre. I forget the hell his name. He was in. I remember him from what's that? What's that? The Bill Bellamy movie. How to Be a Player or some shit like that. Anyway, you'll see him. You'll recognize him. Bald head, light skinned Jake. Anyway, I want you to hear what he says, okay? I would highly implore you to go watch this video in its entirety. It says, Aries Spears goes off on, people, right? Unjabbed, Beetlejuiced, whatever you want to call it, people, all right? Zombie juice people. And it's very good. Only one person, I forget the dude's name too. I remember, I be forgetting these comedians. I'm bad with names, but I remember this dude's name. That's why I wish I could play the whole thing in its entirety, but it is what it is. Go watch it for yourself. I'm gonna play a small portion of it, right? But I got a couple scriptures on deck, but I really just wanted to point out the rhetoric. That's what a lot of people are spewing, man. Rhetoric. Because they're all a part of that agenda. A lot of these people are juiced in, as far as your celebrities, your entertainers, your idols. They all been paid off, man. They all took that bag, and they come with the same propaganda, the same rhetoric, okay. And that's what that guy Pierre is spewing. What you're gonna hear, rhetoric. It's nonsense, bullshit. So off of Google, it says rhetoric. The art of effective or persuasive speaking or writing, especially the use of figures of speech and other compositional techniques, right? So it says, this is the definition that I wanted though. It says language. It says language designed to have a persuasive, they're trying to persuade you. Language designed to have a persuasive or impressive effect on its audience, and that's why they're using your idols, your entertainers, your comedians, your rappers, because they have influence. They're what you call them, even on social media, they call them Instagram and shit influencers. That's who they're using to spew this rhetoric, this garbage, this propaganda, these lies, man. It says language designed to have a persuasive or impressive effect on its audience. And who's the audience? You 2/3, man. The simple believeth every word, man. But often regarded as lacking in sincerity or meaningful content. So they're not sincere and it's not meaningful. It's not edifying. It's not, it's just a bunch of bullshit, propaganda and bullshit. And they keep spewing the same garbage over and over. Okay, you know, and ultimately, which that's why I want to play what Pierre said. It's going to lead to shame. That's what they do. They shame you, they humiliate you, and then they ostracize you. Okay, which we're going to get into that also. I don't want to write this out. This man is a devil the Bible speaks of, man. And he's a one-trick pony, and he does the same shit over and over. So this is it says examples of rhetoric, tools to persuade and motivate, and they're trying to motivate you to get that Beetlejuice, that thing, you know, even though you're not with, but like Elder Apostle Tahar said, it's something in Jake's spirit. They don't know why, but they just don't want to take it. you know. And that's the other side of the coin. I forget the comedian's name. Damn, man. But you'll see in the video, there's only one Jake that's actually making sense, and he's not with the agenda, okay? But the so-called black woman, the Eve that's on there, she was with it. And then you had another Eve. She was like the moderator, the host. She didn't have no input on it. She was just asking the questions. But the Pierre guy, the Eve, they were with the agenda, man. You know, But the other comedian, he wasn't with the shit. He saw straight through him. You know. So it says the examples of rhetoric, tools to persuade and motivate. It says the term rhetoric refers to language that is used to inform, persuade, or motivate audiences. Rhetoric uses language to appeal mainly to emotions. Yeah, they're not no facts, nothing rational. They're not making rational disputes. They're even the guy Pierre said it. I wish I could have chopped that video up and dissected it. But he even mentioned it. How I felt your emotions. I heard your emotions. Talking about the Eve when she was speaking. They're just emotional. Emotions cloud judgment. Okay, we deal with the facts. Okay, the facts of the matter. Okay, but rhetoric. That's one of the main things rhetoric appeals on is your emotions. Okay, you know. Rhetoric uses language to appeal mainly to emotions, but also in some cases to shared values or logic. You know? Examples of rhetoric can often be found in literature, politics, and advertising for specific emphasis and effect incorporating a variety of figurative language techniques dependent upon the desired result. What else does it say? The study of rhetoric dates back to ancient Greece. Interesting. According to Aristotle, rhetoric uses three primary modes of persuasion: ethos, logos, and pathos. And you could read some more of this, but that's the point. That's the point that I wanted, man. It keys in on your emotions, man, and that's what they do. They're gonna shame you, right? Shame, it says a painful feeling of humiliation, shame and humiliation, right? Or distress caused by the consciousness of wrong or foolish behavior. And that's what they're doing. They're belittling you. They're calling you stupid and simple and that's what they're doing. They're shaming you. Okay? A painful feeling of humiliation or distress caused by the consciousness of wrong or foolish behavior. Okay? And that's what they're doing. And then ultimately, they're going to try to ostracize you. Okay? And the ostracize means to exclude someone from a society or group. Okay? You see? And that's ultimately what they're going to do. You're going to hear it straight out of the horse's mouth. Okay? Here, I gotta get a quick scripture, and then I'll play the video, and then I'll come back. So again, this is Psalms 52 and 21, right? And we know this is talking about chiefly Esau, Edom, but like I said, your entertainers, your comedians, your idols, your so-called idols, they're all juiced in, man. Like I always say, that's that new bag. That's the bag. You got to get to the bag. You got to push this agenda. It says the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, right? Sounds good, some real slick shit, but war's in his heart, He's plotting on you. He's plotting on destroying you, Chiefly Yasharallah, that the name of Israel be no more in remembrance, man. You see? It says his words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. You see? That's the point. Never trust thine enemy. Can't trust this devil. He's slick, man. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They're born speaking lies. So again, watch this whole video in its entirety. Off of Comedy Hype, Aries Spears goes off on Beetlejuice people. Okay? On zombie juice people. Alright? So let's play a little bit of this. Listen keenly.
Naked. I don't think that's the right way to speak on it, to say we're going to die anyway. People are doing that. We all care about our lives, and we should. And I think anybody who doesn't get vaccinated should not be allowed to be around vaccinated people. There should be a law. You should not be able to come indoors anymore around vaccinated people and stuff. If you don't feel the necessity to care about your life and even others enough to worry about spreading and not wearing a mask, You don't want to get the vaccine. You don't want to wear a mask. Cool. Once you get COVID, come hang with us. Now you can come hang because it's in your body. I want to see folks get COVID and get through that and see how easy it is to keep saying that I don't want to get vaccinated. So sure, don't get vaccinated. It's your body. But people should not, who are not vaccinated, should not be allowed to be around vaccinated people. You can't be indoors no more. You got to get your food delivered to you or go drive through. You got to watch movies at home until we get to a point where it peters out. Because this is.
Remember what I said? The universal basic income. I said that. I said that at camp. I mentioned that. They want to eventually just keep your ass in the house. That's what they were doing in Australia. They had that whole building quarantine, remember? You're just going to stay home, right? Stay home and get everything delivered to you. Amazon, Grubhub, okay? That's what this devil wants, man. You see, perfect slaves, complete control. And the masses are going to be with it, man. Because they want life to continue. They want to go out and they want to go out and enjoy life. And you're just going to be quarantined. And eventually the FEMA camps. And that's why they're going to be turning on you, snitching on you, It's going to get lawless. It's going to get nasty out here. That sedition, that divide, that division, we hear it, man. We right there. And a lot of your celebrities, they're juiced in, man. They took the bag. This is the bag. Jab that thing up. Girl, you look good once you jab that thing up. That's the bag. You got to get to the bag. They weren't touring. They weren't, selling out arenas and all this shit. The bills were piling up. They were also met just like the athletes, the football players, the basketball players. You want to keep your place in this society. Hey, you're gonna have to bow to the image of this beast and ultimately take his mark. Okay, I'm gonna play this back a little bit, and then I'll close out. Watch the video in its entirety. I wish I could remember that brother's name, man. That was actually standing up. He might be one of them ones, like Elder Apostle Tahar said about Layla Ali. You got Jakes that something in their spirit know not to take this, not to trust this devil. Okay? Matter of fact, I'm gonna close out with the video. Let me hit I want to hit the scriptures. We know it. Matthew 24 and 24, straight out of Yahushai's mouth, who was a so-called black man, a so-called Negro from the tribe of Judah, okay, who was coming back to save and redeem his people. All right, Yasharallah, Israel, you so-called Negroes, West Indians, Haitians, Latinos, Hispanics, North American Seminole Indians, man, and the Israelites that are scattered amongst the four corners of the earth, man. Okay, for there shall arise false Hamashiachs, false prophets, okay, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, okay, that's the main point that I wanted. It's going to be many antichrists, many anti-messiahs, many people saying they're anointed, saying this is the way, walk ye in it. Many false prophets, and they're going to show great things, sound great, say smooth things, have great words, okay, in so much, right, that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. But it's not possible. You can't deceive the elect. We see through you. We see you coming a mile away. Why? Because the spirit, the Rakak Wadash, something in us, that the Wa, that mark, that spiritual mark, exempt from judgment. There's something about, the 1/3, all right, when I mean the 1/3, well, all of us, the elect, but the 1/3, the ones that, the believers, there's an innumerable multitude of believers, man, men, women, and children. Yeah, you got the 144,000 elect, which are, prophets, teachers, the 144,000 men, but you also got the 1/3, the innumerable multitude of believers, the men, women, and children. Okay, you see, they're part of the elect also. They're going to be delivered. Okay, you see, and they're not. It's something in their spirit that they're not going to take the mark. You see, that's what the elder was saying, Elder Apostle Tahar. You see, this is Mark 13 and 22. For false Hamashiachs and false prophets shall rise and shall show signs and wonders to seduce. You see, spewing that rhetoric, that garbage, that propaganda, if it were possible, it's like it says, and shall show signs and wonders to seduce, if it were possible, even the elect. But it's not possible. All right, you can't trick us. We see through you. We see through you. And I'm gonna close out with that. Let me close out with that. Matter of fact, I'll close out with the video again. Salakia. I haven't brought this out in a while. We know it, but good to go through it. Main point is in 16. Okay, start at 11. Revelation 13 and 11. And I beheld another beast coming up from the earth, coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns in the lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Okay, and that's talking about NATO and the EU. Okay, NATO is that's the beast. That's NATO is the military might, the military arm of the beast, and the EU is the financial arm. Okay, that's how he wages war. Okay, and it says verse 12, and he exercises all the power of the first beast, and the first beast is what, the Roman Empire. Okay, we're currently living in the rebirth of the Roman Empire. Okay, it says and he exercises all the power of the first beast, which was Rome, before him, and causeth all the earth to and causeth the earth and them which dwell in and them that dwell therein to worship the first beast, the Roman Empire, whose deadly wound was healed. Okay, remember he was shut up, for 1,000 years. It says, and he doeth great wonders, so that this talking about the new beast, NATO and through NATO and the EU, right? And America is that whore that rides that beast. It says, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. And that was talking about Hiroshima and Nagasaki, when he dropped them nukes. Okay, that's when he got, the whole earth was quiet, because he had the that great sword, which was his blessing going back to Isaac. Okay, you know, you know, and but now what? Hey, the other nations, Joel, they got the great equalizer. They got the nukes also. Okay, and then Gog and Magog is coming to defense. So hey, he's losing his hegemony, his power. And he knows if he have but a short time to establish this new world order. So he's coming down with great wrath. You see? So verse 14, and he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. And that's talking about his technology, his technology, his digital, his technological advances, especially as far as that charagma, that chip, okay? You got the brain chips, you got the, that's going to help people walk, the paraplegics walk, people see, you know, you know, you know. So he deceived the people, and he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image of the beast, and that's his system, all right, this new world order that he's establishing, okay, this cashless society spearheaded by the charagma, the RFID microchip, which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And that's this man's system. That's what you see happening, these unrighteous decrees. If you don't want to, that's what the dude, the nigga Pierce said, Just you want to, take part in the society, you're gonna have to get that thing, man. Get that thing up in you. Okay? If not, you're not allowed to be around zombie juiced people. Okay? You're just gonna stay in the house, get everything delivered to you. Okay? You see? You're not gonna be a part of the system, the image, society. Verse 15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, that's the point, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, which we know that's that RFID microchip, right? All roads are leading to this, okay? To receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom, let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 636. Okay, so hey, we in these times, man. We're in these times, and that's why the rhetoric and the propaganda is being ramped up. Okay, it's being ramped up, and eventually the shaming and humiliation and ridiculing is gonna lead to your ostracizing, ostracization, if that's a word. Okay, okay. It says exclude someone from a society or group. They want to banish you. Okay, you know, in them damn FEMA camps. So let's close out here.
Vaccine, that's why I shouldn't take it. I don't think that's the right way to speak on it, to say we're going to die anyway. People are doing that. We all care about our lives, and we should. And I think anybody who doesn't get vaccinated should not be allowed to be around vaccinated people. There should be a law. You should not be able to come indoors anymore around vaccinated people and stuff. If you don't feel the necessity to care about your life and even others enough to worry about spreading and not wearing a mask, if you don't want to get the vaccine, you don't want to wear a mask, cool. Once you get COVID, come hang with us. Now you can come hang because it's in your body. I want to see folks get COVID and get through that and see how easy it is to keep saying that I don't want to get vaccinated. So sure, don't get vaccinated. It's your body. But people should not, who are not vaccinated, should not be allowed to be around vaccinated people. You can't be indoors no more. You got to get your food delivered to you or go drive through. You got to watch movies at home until we get to a point where it peters out. Because this is absolutely ridiculous, man, to smell like getting not getting vaccinated is the thing to do. I think if it's your belief, it's cool, but you should not be able to, because to this day we don't get to smoke on planes, in restaurants, because we found out secondhand smoke is fucked up, and we have as a society decided, okay, take your smoking ass out in that room over there, and we've dealt with it. So we are able to separate ourselves. So society knows how to do that, because you don't get to smoke everywhere no more, because we realize you can't smoke around me and get my lungs fucked up because you feel like you want.
Now, Pierre, hold on, Pierre.
There you go. And again, like I said, shame and humiliation. What did it say about rhetoric? Where was it? About your emotions. He tries to play on your emotions, man. Examples of rhetoric can often be found. No, go. Where is it? Rhetoric uses language to appeal mainly to emotions. He tried to use a straw man argument about smoking on planes. You know. But anyway, that's the point. All right. Anyway, I don't want to write this out. That was edifying. Like I always say, keep pushing. We're close. Shalom. Wa abad babor.